There is a room you have never been invited to. It does not have an address. It does not have a membership form. You cannot apply for it. You cannot buy your way into it. But it exists. It is the room where careers are decided before interviews happen, where deals are closed before contracts are signed, where opportunities are distributed before they are ever announced. And the people inside that room are not necessarily smarter than you. They are not necessarily more talented, more educated, or more deserving. They are simply known. Not known in the way most people think about being known. Not famous, not loud, not constantly visible. Known in a far more dangerous way. They are trusted. They are useful. They are unforgettable to exactly the right people. And while you have been busy working harder, staying later, hoping someone important would notice your effort, they have been playing an entirely different game. A game with rules most people never learn.
Niccolò Machiavelli spent his entire life inside rooms like that. He studied the men who controlled Florence, who shaped alliances, who turned enemies into allies and allies into instruments of power. And what he discovered was not that these men were gifted with charm or luck. What he discovered was that they understood something most people refuse to acknowledge. Human connection is not random. It is engineered. The most powerful relationships in history were not formed by accident. They were built deliberately, strategically, and with a cold understanding of human nature. Today, we are going to decode that understanding. 13 laws, each one a specific tool for moving from the outside of every room to the inside of the ones that matter. These are not social tips. These are not conversation starters. These are the mechanics of influence that Machiavelli's elite have used for centuries. Pay close attention, because once you see these patterns, you will never be able to unsee them.
Law 1. Enter every room with intelligence, not charm. Most people prepare for important meetings by thinking about what to say. The elite prepare by thinking about what to know. Before you enter any room that matters, you must study it. Who is in it? What do they care about? What pressures are they under? What do they fear? What do they want that they haven't publicly admitted? Machiavelli was obsessed with intelligence gathering. He believed that the prince who enters a situation blind is already defeated. When you walk into a room knowing more about the people in it than they expect anyone to know, something shifts. You stop being reactive. You start being strategic. You can ask the question that unlocks a person. Instead of fumbling through small talk, you can reference something they care about deeply and watch their walls come down. Charm fades after the first impression. Intelligence creates lasting influence. Study your rooms before you enter them. It is the first law, because everything else depends on it.
Law 2. Make them feel like the most important person in the room. This sounds simple, almost too simple, but almost nobody actually does it. Most people in networking situations are waiting to speak, not truly listening. They are mentally rehearsing their next point while the other person is still talking. That is not connection. That is performance. The Machiavellian approach is different. You give people your complete and undivided attention, not as a technique, as a weapon. Because in a world where everyone is distracted, where phones interrupt every conversation, where attention is the scarcest resource on earth, the person who makes you feel truly seen becomes unforgettable. Ask questions that go deeper than the surface. Remember the small details they mentioned. Reference them later. People do not remember what you said. They remember how you made them feel. And if you make someone feel genuinely
Law 3. Give before you ever ask. The biggest mistake most people make in building powerful relationships is approaching them like transactions. What can this person do for me? That energy is detectable, and it repels powerful people instantly. The elite understand a counterintuitive truth. The more you give without expectation, the more others feel compelled to give back. This is not generosity for its own sake. It is a deep understanding of human psychology. People feel uncomfortable when they have received something and given nothing in return. That discomfort is called reciprocity, and it is one of the most powerful forces in human behavior. So you lead with value, always. An introduction to someone they should know, useful information they didn't have, a solution to a problem they mentioned in passing, a recommendation that makes their life easier. Give without keeping score. Give without announcing it. Because the person who gives quietly and consistently becomes the person nobody can afford to lose.
Law 4. Never need anyone too visibly. Desperation is the single most effective way to destroy your value in any relationship. The moment someone senses you need them more than they need you, the balance of power shifts completely, and it rarely shifts back. Machiavelli was ruthless about this. He believed that a prince who appears dependent on others invites manipulation, disrespect, and eventually, abandonment. This applies to every relationship worth building. You can want someone's help. You can value their connection. But you must never need it so visibly that it changes how you move. The secret to this law is having options. When you are building multiple relationships simultaneously, investing in several opportunities at once, developing your own skills and value independently, no single person becomes your lifeline. And that independence is magnetic. People are drawn to those who clearly do not need them. Because when someone like that chooses to include you, it feels like a genuine privilege. Never let anyone become your only option. It is the fastest way to make them your weakest link.
Law 5. Use strategic vulnerability.
This law surprises most people because Machiavelli is not known for vulnerability. But here is what the truly powerful understand. Perfection creates distance. Controlled imperfection creates connection. When you present yourself as completely polished, completely in control, completely without flaw, people admire you from a distance, but they don't trust you. Because nobody believes the flawless mask. They just wait for it to crack. The elite use a precise kind of vulnerability. They share a carefully chosen struggle, a past failure, a moment of doubt, something real enough to feel human, but chosen deliberately to create a specific impression. I almost gave up on this 3 times, but I kept going. That sentence does more for trust than 10 minutes of achievements. The key is that the vulnerability is strategic. It reveals something that humanizes you without weakening you. It invites closeness without exposing a genuine wound. Master this, and people will feel closer to you after one conversation than to people they have known for years.
Law 6. Protect your inner circle like a kingdom.
Machiavelli believed that the quality of a prince's counsel was the clearest reflection of the prince's own intelligence. Surround yourself with the wrong people, and their mediocrity becomes your ceiling. Their drama becomes your distraction. Their smallness quietly shrinks your ambitions. Your inner circle is the most important investment you will ever make. Not everyone deserves access to your time, your energy, your ideas, or your vulnerabilities. The elite are ruthless about this.
They are warm to everyone on the outside. Friendly, open, approachable. But the closer you get to their center, the more selective the access becomes. Think of it like a castle. The gates are wide open for visitors, but the inner chambers are protected by walls, guards, and years of proven loyalty. Be generous with your time on the surface. Be ruthless about who reaches your core. Because the people at your core are slowly shaping who you become.
Law 7. Become the connector. Most people network by trying to extract value from the people they meet. The most powerful networkers in any room are the ones creating value between other people. When you introduce two people who need each other, something powerful happens. Both of them associate that moment of value with you. You become the node in the network through which important connections flow. And over time, that positioning compounds. People begin sending opportunities your way, not because you asked, but because you are known as someone who creates opportunities for others. Machiavelli understood this deeply. He knew that the prince who holds alliances together is more powerful than the prince who simply holds territory. Become the person who connects the right people. Become the bridge between two worlds that don't usually overlap. Because bridges are never replaced. They are only valued more as the traffic grows. And the more people you connect, the more indispensable your position in every network becomes.
Law 8. Master the art of the follow-up. Here is where most people destroy the value of every connection they make. They have a brilliant conversation. They feel genuine energy. They exchange contact information. And then they disappear. 3 weeks pass. A month. The momentum is gone. The connection is cold. In networking, timing is everything. And the follow-up is where timing lives. The elite follow up within 24 hours, not with a generic message, not with a template, with something specific. I remembered what you said about the challenge you're facing with your team. I came across something this morning that might be useful for exactly that situation. That message does 3 things at once. It proves you were genuinely listening. It delivers value immediately. And it reminds them of the conversation in the most flattering possible way. Relationships are built in the follow-up, not in the first meeting. The first meeting is just an audition.
Law 9. Speak less in groups. Dominate in one-on-one. In group settings, the person who speaks the most is rarely the person with the most influence. Real power in a room comes from composure, from choosing your moments, from letting others exhaust their energy while you conserve yours. Machiavelli observed that the most dangerous advisors in any court were almost never the loudest voices. They were the ones who spoke rarely, but when they did, every head in the room turned. Scarcity of words creates weight. When you are known as someone who speaks carefully, people pay more attention when you speak. But in one-on-one conversations, the dynamic shifts completely. Here, you lean in. You become fully present. You ask the questions nobody else thought to ask. You create a depth of connection in 30 minutes that most people never reach in years. Groups are for positioning. One-on-one is for bonding. And it is bonding that creates loyalty. Learn when to be silent, and learn when to be completely alive in the conversation.
Law 11. Control what you are known for. In every network, people are remembered for something. Sometimes it is chosen deliberately. Often it is chosen for them by default. The person who is known for being reliable. The person who is known for always having an interesting perspective. The person who is known for making things happen. These reputations are assets. They enter rooms before their owner does. They open doors their owner hasn't even approached yet. But here is the danger. If you don't deliberately decide what you want to be known for, the network will decide for you. And what networks assign by default is almost never as powerful as what you can engineer deliberately. So ask yourself one honest question. What do people say about me when I leave the room? Not what you hope they say, what they actually say. And then ask the harder question. What do I need them to say in order to get where I want to go? The gap between those two answers is your networking work. Close it deliberately.
Law 12. Play the long game with patience that looks like disinterest. The most valuable relationships in any elite network are not built in weeks or months. They are built over years. And here is the subtle mastery that separates the truly connected from the merely ambitious. When you pursue a relationship too obviously, too eagerly, too quickly, you create the perception of need. And need, as we have already established, destroys leverage. The elite plant seeds and walk away. They make a strong impression. They deliver genuine value. And then they do not chase. They wait. They continue building. They let time do what urgency cannot. Machiavelli understood the power of patience as a strategic weapon. He studied Roman generals who would wait months, even years, for the right moment to consolidate an alliance. Not because they were passive, because they were precise. The most powerful connection in your future may be someone you met once, 2 years ago, and stayed quietly on the radar of, without ever pushing. Plant seeds. Water them occasionally. Never dig them up to check if they're growing. Law 13. Exit every room better than you entered it. This is the final law, and it is the one that separates amateurs from masters. Every interaction you have leaves the other person in one of 3 states: worse than before, exactly the same, or better. The elite make it their mission to leave every person better. Better informed, better connected, better understood, better energized. Not because they are saints, but because they understand the mathematics of influence. Every person who leaves an interaction with you feeling better becomes a quiet ambassador for your name. They mention you in conversations you are not in. They recommend you for opportunities you didn't know existed. They speak well of you in rooms you will never enter. Your reputation is built in the moments after you leave, not during the conversation, after it. When someone thinks back to their time with you, what do they feel? Make sure the answer is always the same, that they feel better for having known you. Because that feeling is the most powerful networking tool. Now pause for a moment. You have just heard 13 laws, each one a specific tool, each one drawn from the same source, a deep, cold understanding of how human beings actually work, not how we wish they worked, not how we are told they work, how they actually work. Let's bring them together. Enter every room with intelligence, not charm. Make people feel like the most important person in the room. Give before you ask. Never need anyone too visibly. Use strategic vulnerability. Protect your inner circle like a kingdom. Become the connector. Master the follow-up. Speak less in groups. Dominate in one-on-one. Use enemies more wisely than friends. Control what you are known for. Play the long game. And exit every room better than you entered it. Notice what every single one of these laws has in common. They are all about what you give, what you build, and how you make others feel. Not about what you take. That is the dark art of elite networking. It is dark not because it is cruel, but because it operates beneath the surface. It moves quietly. It builds slowly.
it compounds invisibly. And one day, years from now, the right door opens. The right person says your name. The right opportunity appears. And everyone around you will call it luck. You will know exactly what it was. It was 13 laws practiced quietly, patiently, and deliberately over years. That is not luck. That is architecture. Now, one final thought before you go. The room I described at the beginning of this video, the one with no address, no membership form, no visible entrance. You are not trying to get into that room. You are trying to become the kind of person that room cannot afford to exclude. There is a difference. One is,
if even one of these laws changed how you see the rooms around you, then don't stop here. Because what you have heard today is only the surface. The deeper mechanics of power, influence, and human nature go far beyond what any single video can contain. That is exactly why this channel exists. Not to motivate you, not to entertain you, to arm you. Every video here is built around one principle. The people who understand how power actually works will always move differently than the people who don't. If you want to be one of those people, subscribe. Hit the like button if this gave you something real to think about. Drop a comment with the one law that hit you hardest. Most people will watch this and move on. A few will stay, study, and quietly change. No fluff, no noise, just strategy. Decide which one you are.